We would recommend that Uber has a reward scheme for all employees collectively by way of sharing dividends related to the overall share price and to help achieve the company's overall sustainability mission to be a zero emission and low packaging waste platform by 2040. In the Bartlett and Goschel matrix, Uber falls into the global strategy quadrant because it emphasizes standardization and efficiency across its worldwide operations while maintaining centralized control from its headquarters. This reward system will be one based on paying the same dividend to all employees in direct relation to the share price of Uber, as profitability is a precursor for its stock market performance. As employees work towards Uber-specific sustainability goals, it encourages them to support the company's dual objectives of profitability and environmental responsibility. It can also reward business development managers and leaders to try and get more adopters of Uber Business to take control of their carbon footprint. This approach guarantees that sustainability is integrated in every driver's day-to-day habits to not only back eco-friendly practices, but also allow and reward drivers from around the world who have their particular challenges to come up with ideas to work in their particular country or culture, meaning the expatriate managers are mentally at ease across the three main adjustment dimensions of workplace, relationships, and culture at large. This fosters teamwork, where every team member, be it a driver or manager, reaps the benefits of achieving sustainability milestones together and in harmony. In order to introduce this incentive program at Uber smoothly and effectively, a framework will need to be created that links revenue with sustainability in a way that clearly shows drivers and employees the connection between the two. At the core of Uber's business activities, from providing passenger services through to delivering food and freight services, there is a direct impact on the environment. By tying bonuses to both share price and sustainability, Uber ensures that all employees understand how sustainable practices can drive long-term profits for the company. For instance, a reward program might involve a dividend for all Uber employees if the company meets share price targets, and an extra perk linked to the proportion of electric vehicle rides. To strengthen these linkages, Uber should share reports with staff, illustrating how reaching sustainability targets, such as elevating electrical vehicle uses, results in savings like lower fuel costs, compliance advantages, and a stronger brand image, which ultimately benefits the company's earnings and stock value, providing collective benefits for all. This unique bonus system enables Uber to show interdependency between profits and its dedication to sustainability efforts across the company. The scheme motivates employees at all levels to actively support both areas by understanding that progress in one area positively impacts the other. Uber's approach aligns employee incentives with its overarching mission of expansion and eco-sustainable practices. What is essential, however, is understanding that long-term and short-term incentives must be tailored to achieve success, depending on whether they are aimed at a driver in India or a senior executive in San Francisco. While some operational aspects were decentralized, Uber in the main has an organizational structure that has a strong emphasis on centralized decision making. Therefore, we have assessed whether incentives aimed only at senior executives would work. The positive outcomes would be that your senior leaders would stay focused on key performance indicators like profitability, sustainability goals, and market expansion, aligned to your overarching strategy. By offering them incentives such as annual revenue growth targets and reducing carbon emissions through the adoption of electric vehicles. These senior executives have the biggest impact and influence in shaping worldwide strategies, corresponding with KPIs like capturing a larger share of the global market or transitioning to electric-powered fleets. While expatriate senior executives of Uber face challenges regarding work-related and personal level adaptations, they could be incentivized to lead successful expatriate mentoring schemes to incorporate drivers and locals in various global regions. The downside would be that this approach will create a hierarchical divide, ultimately eroding trust, limiting collaboration, and slowing innovation. It will result in a negative organizational culture, which will therefore impact long-term strategic goals. It is essential to consider the ideas and impact that the drivers can bring to the table, as these can be crucial for driving innovation in global markets where local adaptability plays a vital role in the company's global expansion strategy. In fact, if local culture and customers are not respected, this could lead to unintended consequences. Leaving out the drivers from potential bonuses could lead to a sense of unfairness, which will lower their productivity or reduce the quality of customer service. As you know, customers' attitudes and perceptions of a brand positively influence their loyalty when selecting a ride-sharing company, so any change in that will affect Uber's share price. Exclusive rewards would absolutely encourage executives to concentrate on strategic objectives. However, this approach will lead to short-term profit-driven actions, favoring quick financial benefits rather than sustained operational enhancements and sustainability targets. Additionally, there would be a feeling of unfairness since senior executives could be judged on decisions focused on their own personal gains over company-wide success. Uber heavily relies upon its IT teams. However, if these teams are not included in incentive programs, their drive to innovate solutions that uphold Uber's competitive advantage might fade. IT does not just play a role in shaping user behavior, it also is the essential piece to be able to monitor drivers' performance and set up a supportive culture where systems design is a two-way conversation. This can only be done if the IT department has a positive culture and outlook, which will not be the case if they feel undervalued. Incentives that are only offered to senior executives pose difficulties when Uber has to navigate cultural markets. Leaders need to not only grasp the nuances of cultures in the regions where Uber does business, but also actively engage with and understand the unique behavior of these cultures to gain trust. Globalization through Uber has created economic growth and improved human rights, but if local teams feel unappreciated or mistreated, they will not have the desire to work with senior management, which could hamper Uber's ability for regional market growth. This approach can also trigger behavioral problems such as bitterness and a sense of being unappreciated, which can lead to distrust in management and result in disinterest, decreased drive, and division within the group. All of these can impact team spirit, cooperation, and effectiveness, which Uber relies on, pushing back progress, innovation, and overall efficiency over the long term. Implementing a total reward strategy would significantly boost Uber's success by linking employee rewards to the company's business objectives and KPIs. Uber's strategy focuses on global market expansion, technological innovation, and sustainability, which requires employees at all levels to contribute to these goals for them to be achieved. This approach extends beyond traditional monetary compensation by embracing Uber's culture and empowering all employees to have a voice. Uber's senior executives get performance evaluations that assess objectives such as reaching revenue targets and expanding to new regions. However, expanding these report cards to cover sustainability targets and operational efficiency across Uber would drive company-wide commitment to both financial and non-financial objectives. Uber can also use these report cards to adjust their behavior in an effort to compete more effectively with other organizations that produce the same services in various geographical locations, so they serve a dual purpose. At Uber, employee performance is evaluated based on factors like the completion rates of rides, the growth of market share, the adoption of vehicles, and the satisfaction of customers. To achieve these goals, Uber needs to encourage involvement and dedication from all staff members, from management to frontline workers. A comprehensive reward system incorporates financial incentives, such as a higher percentage of ride money kept with the driver, with non-financial benefits such as development, education, and recognition programs to motivate everyone. The World at Work model will be used at Uber as it identifies the key categories of rewards, which is remuneration, benefits, work-life balance, performance and recognition, and development and career opportunities. This strategy increases engagement and rewards efforts towards Uber's business strategy, ultimately driving high performance across critical areas.